Hello everyone, welcome to my 27th video of Minecraft. In the previous video, I began working on the storage hallway, but I realized that I needed to build higher than this, and so I began building this room higher and also further back. But this also means I needed to get rid of more water as well, and that's exactly what I did. And the reason why I needed to build higher is because this actually requires a crafter, a redstone component that automatically crafts anything. This way, if I wanted to store something like bamboo and one column of barrels is filled, the bamboo will instead go to the crafter and turned into something that can only be crafted with bamboo and be stored in the next column of barrels. So yeah, that's exactly what I wanted to build here, but it's gonna be complicating to do this because this is underwater, meaning I needed to get rid of the water before I could build the circuit, because redstone components like dust, torches, repeaters, and comparators get washed away by water, and they can't be waterlogged. And you know what? I think I'm just gonna do post commentary on this entire video because my mic quality is not that good and I was not happy with the commentary on this video. Also, the first 5 minutes is just me prepping all the materials needed to build this auto sorter and crafter, as well as building it higher and removing more water. So unless you want to observe this entire prepping montage, you can go ahead and skip to the timestamp on the screen for the actual building. Okay, now that we are here, let's build these item sorters and the auto crafters. I started by placing hoppers to figure out how I'm gonna do this. Then I place a crafter at where the second column of barrels are, because the first column of barrels is gonna be where I store bamboo, and the second column will be where I store the blocks of bamboo. The reason why I store bamboo and blocks of bamboo separately is because blocks of bamboo cannot be turned back into bamboo and will only give me bamboo planks if I try. I also rearranged the hopper so it goes directly into the crafter but needs to fill the barrels and hoppers first. So when they are filled, the bamboo will be going into the crafter and it'll spit out blocks of bamboo into the hoppers in front of it. I then placed a comparator behind the crafter so it reads the crafter by checking how many items are placed in the crafter and sending signal to the back. Then I went back to craft a lot of composters. It might sound weird to use composters, but they do actually have signal strength that can be read with a comparator. With the composters, I also grabbed a lot of poppies from the iron farm, just so I can fill up the composters. Returning to the storage hallway, I also placed a block next to the slab with the comparator above it. I then placed a temporary block just so I can place another top slab next to it, and I also set the comparator to subtract mode. And place a redstone dust next to it. Next I placed a second comparator on top of the second top slab I placed that is facing towards the block, followed up by a composter behind the comparator, which I used the poppies to fill the composter up, which outputs a signal strength of 8. And I also made sure that I don't interact with the composter so I don't accidentally empty it. And then I went out to get all the things needed to craft a piston. Then I placed the piston in front of the top slab, making sure it's facing upwards, and placed the gravel on top. I then placed another top slab next to the piston with a repeater on top facing towards another block behind it. Then I had to go back out to expand the hallway by one more block because one autocrafter is literally 3 blocks wide. After I did that, I returned and placed 5 top slabs with redstone dust on top of them. Then, just to prove that it works, I placed 9 redstone dust in a hopper going to the crafter. And then my smooth brain kicked in and literally built an item sorter here because I thought I didn't need to build higher. I actually needed to build the item sorter higher than the autocrafter. Because one item can have recipes for so many things like iron ingots, I can pipe that item into the same item sorter and automatically craft everything I need. After building the item sorter in the wrong place, I put even more hoppers to figure out how I will build the hopper pipe, with composters on top of the hoppers. Then I grabbed a lot of bamboo to see if the item sorter works and realized that the block underneath the comparator has to be a full block and not a top slab. After confirming that the item sorter works, I decided to store all the bamboo I have in the bottom barrel. Then I decided to go to the other side of the storage hallway and replicated the exact same autocrafter. The first time I replicated the autocrafter, I didn't realize that I needed to mirror the circuit, so I ended up having issues with the redstone placement.
Good evening.
After spawn-proofing the circuit room, I finally realized that the item sorter is in the wrong place and moved it higher so it is above where the autocrafters are. After moving the item sorter up, I built another item sorter for the other side of the storage hallway. And that's the last thing I have done for this video. I have made some progress on the storage hallway, but literally it's just 4 columns of barrels with 2 item sorters and 2 autocrafters. And I forgot to mention, I did actually build a better version of the autocrafters in my experimental world. So yeah, stay tuned for that everyone. Thank you so much for watching guys. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!